what I feel is to be shared with the whole human race. I feel that it is time for us all to really look into our own being, into our own selves, and stop asking questions on the outside and seeing the answer inside. Not searching, because search is still search, because all the answers are provided, we just need to see them with the eyes of innocence. Before I start, I feel like each and every individual here must be in this room, not in their minds. And I would like to bring the attention of everyone what really is happening in this room. At this very moment, that will also clarify what consciousness is. At this very moment, we are on a planet. And that planet is rotating and revolving around the sun of this universe. And that sun, if you visualize, is not stationary itself. It is moving in a flux itself. And everything around the galaxies, all are collectively together in a flux of consciousness. And we are not even a speck. Yet all that awareness, yet all that consciousness is together with us. Within our beings, we are the sun, we are the galaxies, and the sun is like a human. The problem with us is that we only are restricted to our own selves. We only think like a human. We don't connect with anything around. Even we don't connect with our own selves. If we see another person, we have judgments about the person, like what kind of person he is, how he is good for me or not. The disconnection is very deep within. The reason we have judgment is because we are not really connected inside. We judge our own being a lot. And with so much judgment, so much sadness, the connection is broken. We don't even acknowledge other life that are present around us. We don't even have the time to see the trees or the animals around. We even separate them. We call them names. On this planet, just a dot, and still so much diversity we have made around us. So today I just want to do a step-by-step talk. I don't want to say too much, because too much is really too much. You won't get it. So right now, saying that, I want you to come back to the room now and feel the room around you. As I said, everything is moving in a flux, so this room is moving. And everything around us is in vibration, because we are vibration, we all are energies. And I want and I feel, just feel this energy and just feel this connection with yourself and with this room and everything around. Feel the oneness. Feel the silence. Feel the truth that you hold within. Feel this nothingness, which is nothing, but it has everything. We are not separate. This silence is the true language that connects us with everything we may know or beyond. But the first step is to connect within. The mind is the awareness. The mind shows you. With the mind you see. But that is not even the surface you have touched. The heart, the feelings, is where you connect with your being. This human life is just an experience, nothing more. Whatever your knowledge is useless. Whatever you know is borrowed. It has no meaning. What really means is to be present to your own true self. This human life is just a small part. But being aware in this period of transition will transform your life. Not for me, not for anyone, but for yourself. It is just a stream, a flowing river. We all are together. Yet we forget. I myself am no special. I am not a teacher. I am not a guru. I don't know anything. I am nothingness. I am here today to share my nothingness with you. I want to give you the silence. I want to give you your happiness. Your true self, the true child you hold inside, that you've been hiding, that has been hurt, that has been said is not to be taken out. The society, I say it's time to come out to be true self. Nobody is judging you except yourself. You have to stop self-judgment. Then you will feel the real fruit of life, which is utmost bliss, without judgments, without questions, and without fear. Many people say, stop the mind, because I myself on my journey, when I was wandering around in search of self, I came across a lot of people. They said, stop your mind, then you will be silent. It's not true. The true silence comes from within, through the mind. Life itself has no meaning. It has no purpose. It is just a celebration. To be present in this moment, right now, right here, is the answer to all your questions. If you start feeling yourself, start feeling your love, start feeling the bliss within, you are that enlightenment what you think of. There is no search, there are no answers. There is this isness of being present in the nothingness around. My words are not important. Your silences, that will connect you to yourself. The mind will wander. Let it wander. Thoughts will come. They must. But the truth, the realization that they are just thoughts, they do not identify with you, is the remembrance or the fragrance of your being. Your realizations of your life are yours because this is your gift. Slowly come back. Come back to your heart. Slowly feel your body. Remember this place that you're coming from. Remember the happiness you feel in that place. Remember the inner child you have. Forget about what you've been told. Forgive yourself for whatever you've been through. Start life afresh in this moment with no memories, your mind and your heart, once they meet, the door to your soul will be open. And once you're connected to yourself, you will be connected to the consciousness around you. You will start feeling what cannot be said or described in words. We are nothing. We are just human experiences. We are nothing in this gigantic universe. But we are everything if we are connected. It is time for us all to be one as humanity. Because once we are connected as a species, we can open doors through meditation to the realms and the worlds and the galaxies beyond. And they are not separate. They are all part of us. This life is not about finding explanations and answers and theories about what is happening to you. You are just in a body. Your true self, your true consciousness is beyond the body. One day, this body will die. But your self, your consciousness will never die. It can never die. Because it was never born. It was always there. And it is always there. We all are flowing in a flux. We all are vibrations. We just have to raise our own vibration within. And that can only be done through innocence. And the innocence is in your child within. The life is simple. Truth is very simple. Truth is you. Take some time from yourself. Look around you. Look at the sunrise. Look at the stars. Find your connection. Find yourself. Don't be too much lost in this human things or human way of life. The consciousness doesn't even have a name. You don't have a name. They are all labels you put and you fight your life about pretending and proving to the world your worth, your meaning, yourself. True self doesn't have to prove anything. True self is. Accept yourself as you are. Accept yourself not to prove, but to be. Oneness can only be experienced. Oneness cannot be described in words. A person always runs from himself. A person cannot sit silently with himself. It is not the silence on outside, it is the silence on inside. The fear of seeing self is too frightening. A person lives in illusions of the mind that one creates around himself about him or her. That he is this or he is this. All these illusions stops you from being yourself. And it is not your fault. It is the conditioning of the society. True self is an experience, a gift, a celebration. True self will see things anew. Every moment, each and every second, it will rejoice to be an experience, to be alive. The self that you have made in your head or your mind is dead because it is of the past. What you did yesterday or last year does not exist in this moment. Hence, life is an experience. Don't waste moments. I feel your energies. I feel the silence. The questions are in the mind, on the surface. The depth is yours. Life is not an examination which you have to answer. Don't listen to my words. Listen to yourself. How are you feeling?
Okay. Clear.
Simple. How are you feeling, Chris?
Remembering my childhood with great relief, resting my mind.
Star?
My mind's just going everywhere, just kind of like thinking of living a life where I'm not like working and just waking up and just not having to do anything.
That's your true self. How are you feeling?
Clear. Grateful. Yeah, good. Good. Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really grounded and grateful.
Prabhat?
Calm,
Oh.
smiling, calm again. It's good. Thankful that we're here together.
I have a question. So, I find, especially on my journey, that with a talk or with the meditation, I can get very clear and I can get really calm and very centered. But in the world we live in the society we live in, it's structured in a way that it creates a lot of impediments to that space we have within our being. We are not all able to live the monk life on a mountain. And of course we all make our own choices and decisions, but especially if we were born into a city and we, got education and we have to pay the bills for the education, not even, before we were awake enough to even realize what we got ourselves into, how does one go about this journey of creating the space within and feeling the clarity when we're constantly having to be knocked out by the environment or by the people around us or by the society or by the expectations or by just the life that we're in? How can we have this?
The idea of a monk is an idea. A monk is living a life in misery. So does a man living a life in city. The journey of life is not dependent on what you do in your human form. The journey of life is about coming to the oneness. Work of any sort or search of any sort is ugly because it has a motive behind. People believe meditation is sitting down or meditation is going to the cave. True meditation is in the busiest street with all the noise around. True meditation is in the work you do. It is the intention. If a being is happy, there is no work. If the being is trying to be something, there will be work. Now the very question how to be is stopping you from being. Your motive, your intention is to achieve. You have made something in your mind that you have to achieve something to be something. You have to work so that you can sustain yourself, and then you have to be a monk so that you can be spiritual. It doesn't work like that. Neither are you spiritual, neither are you rich. The true balance or the truth is in the oneness, I repeat. All beings coming together in a meditative way, where there is no work, where there is no monk, where there is no class, all as one. To find the balance, first find yourself. You say you can be centered when you are in a talk. The reason you feel that way is because in your mind you have illusions. In your mind you need someone to tell you to do something. You are scared of yourself. You are scared that you will make a mistake and you will suffer. The very fear that you do not want to suffer is making you suffer more. Because the child inside is crying, I want to be free. But the mind is, no, first we have to achieve something to be free. The biggest enemy of a person is the fear of self-judgment. What will happen? What will happen is not under your control. What is happening is important. Be aware of yourself, be aware, and be free. This is just an experience. What if you fail tomorrow? What if you don't eat for 3 days? Don't eat. Experience it. And through that experience, you will always gain. and there is no now. It is all thoughts of a man. What is now here is then somewhere else. It's all relevant and irrelevant. It is all in the mind. Smile. What is the word? Life is all a joke.
It's funny, they say how with autism and autism spectrum, the nurturing and the comfort and things sometimes help alleviate whatever the symptoms of these so-called spectrums are. But I'm listening to what you're saying and not saying, and the medical establishment, it seems, would call complete detachment from your goal autism spectrum. And it's funny how instead of being one, the medically recommended way is to figure out what's wrong and label it. And it's just funny how our society can gift us with these barriers to get out of the mindset pathology.
It's the very nature of the human mind to inquire and to know the knowledge. The scientists believe that if he knows, he will understand. He wants to get all the knowledge he can. But it is of no use. You may go inside the body, name each and every vein, find out how the heart pumps blood, how the brain works, how your legs are working. It's just on the surface. This life is just like driving a car. A mechanic may know all the parts, the tires, the engine, the steering, but the driver, the consciousness, is the key. You can heal yourself and you can have troubles with yourself, all through consciousness. Raising your vibration and going upper in the level of your own being and consciousness will give you an answer. I will not. I cannot. It is your question and you will find the answer. People will give you knowledge. People will make you read, make you confused, make you believe them. The more you believe in others, the less your awareness becomes. The more you believe in self, the more you expand. I see water, and the scientist says it's made of hydrogen and oxygen. It is made up of atoms, this, that, whatever, electrons. But what difference does it make to water? Nothing. It's still there. It's all in the mind. The truth is, it is vital for you. Without water, you cannot survive.
Rashi, then you can survive without water. You didn't drink any water today. No food, no water.
3 days. Maybe he needs 3
It's
days.
day one now.
I remember when I was a boy, I was about 7 or 8, old enough for my parents to tell me I'm going to die someday. They said they were going to die, but I was contemplating my own existence a lot. It's just very innocently, what would it be like not to exist as a kid's thought experiment? And at that age, I remember just even the grocery store line, I got to that point very routinely where I could actually imagine non-existence, and at some point participating in society and growing and remembering it, I've lost that. I can't picture that at the moment.
The inner child never dies. The experience you had through your life, the suppression, the knowledge the school fed you, stopped you from growing within. Society wants people to work for them. Society doesn't believe in oneness. It believes in individual. The experience of death is the most beautiful experience. Because it is not the death, it is transformation of your being. When you were born out of consciousness. You were not born as suddenly something happened and you're born. You were traveling from some place to this place. And now you travel from this place, who knows? But the fear you're going to die will stop you from living life. And I believe death is one of the most beautiful experiences. Because death shows you the reality. The death shows you everything that you've been living around, the illusion of your mind. It is just illusion. Life, death, birth cannot be comprehended by human mind. It is beyond. But it could be felt by the human heart. Because the heart knows, heart is the key to everything. You being a child is being innocent. And innocence is the way to be to your heart. Be that child again. Why not? Do things you like. Why not? Who stops you? Judgments. Stop judging yourself. Be whosoever you want to be. And the true you will not want to hurt or interfere with anyone. Now the mind thinks, if I'll be myself, I will start vandalizing things, hurting people. It's not true. The true you is so busy with yourself that you won't be even bothered about others. You will be looking at something, you'll be so fascinated, wow. You won't even have time to look at others. That is your true inner child. And that is your innocence. From that perspective, life has a different meaning. It's your journey. You will see yourself. You are yourself. In this moment you are. All these blockages, all this rust of years and years and years and years will go.
Is there anything that we can start doing to unhinge the rust of fear? feeling the fear and feeling the blocks, aware of the blocks, and yet they're still there.
The only way is through you. The only way is to accept you. In that very acceptance, your fear will go. The more you fear, the more you non-accept yourself. The more you are distancing yourself from yourself. The rust is of the knowledge that you have accumulated throughout your life. What you've been told, or what you think about yourself, but still you are thinking about yourself. The true self doesn't know. The true self is. It has no fear. It has no boundaries. It is limitless. Limitless like the universe around.